The following audio may contain the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.
All right, well, for the next 30 minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to be going through the OPTAVIA opportunity. We're going to share with you a little bit about the OPTAVIA Health Coach opportunity that explains how people are moving beyond this idea of just reaching a healthy place physically to create optimal health and well-being in all aspects of their life, and using the OPTAVIA Coach opportunity as the vehicle for creating those changes. I'm so glad that you guys are tuning in tonight because this is a real passionate topic of mine. I've really been excited about sharing this opportunity with other people because of what it's done for me and for my family. I personally lost 100 pounds on the program, but it wasn't until I started to coach other people on the program that it really started to transform my life. And it really took the principles that I learned in the journey and it just solidified them to make them lifelong transformation. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I was lazy. I didn't necessarily read the book. I didn't get on as many of the Habits of Health calls. I didn't plug into the community as much as I should have, because what I was interested in was weight loss. But after I lost the weight, I began to see the opportunity of actually advancing beyond weight loss to create optimal health and well-being. And I could see the potential of where this opportunity could go. Our founder and co-founder and medical director, Dr. Wayne Anderson, is the 10th physician board certified in critical care. And the reason why he left his medical career, which again, he had been the valedictorian of his medical class. He actually became the 10th physician board certified in critical care, and he spent 20 years working in critical care medicine and working in medicine to help save people's lives. But what he found was that he wanted to do something more. He wanted to create optimal health and well-being, not only for himself and his family, but for those that he was working with, and for America. He wanted to help America to get healthy, and then the world. And he knew that it was going to take a pioneer or a group of pioneers that were going to have to change the times, because the current healthcare system wasn't going to cut it, because the healthcare system wasn't designed to create optimal health and well-being. So he took it on himself to go out there and begin to pioneer the specialty of preventative care and to move the healthcare world and medicine into the third era of medicine and stop it from reacting to disease and actually helping people to prevent disease through healthy lifestyle habits. We have a very successful parent company. Our parent company was actually ranked as one of the top 100 most trusted companies in the country by Forbes magazine in both 2016 and 2017. We've got great financials. We've got an opportunity for anybody and everybody that wants to help another person to get healthy. What's great about our program is it's all built around coaching. It's not built around sales. It's built around support and service. And by offering a system that helps create very predictable transformation, we're able to provide people with life-changing or lifelong transformation by just simply giving them one healthy habit at a time. Now, right now, you may be somebody that understands the severity of the health epidemic, but a lot of people don't know how challenging it is out there in the world. Is that we now have close to 71% of Americans that are overweight or obese, and those are just the ones that are clinically overweight or obese. There's a whole bunch of others who are not unhealthy when it comes to the obesity standpoint or overweight, but they're not happy. They're not happy. They're not healthy from a fitness standpoint. They're just not overweight according to the body mass index chart that the CDC uses to create this statistic. So we have a lot of Americans that are not in as healthy places they want to be. And so what our mission is to really empower and equip people to create health in their life by partnering them with a system. You may be familiar with these 4 components, but we'll go through them fairly quickly just to remind you of how the OPTAVIA Coach opportunity uses a system that works because the system works, not because an individual does all the work. So our program provides 4 components. The first one is the OPTAVIA coach. So as a coach, we support our clients. We provide support in a knowledgeable way, but without requiring us to have all the facts and figures and all the education of a physician or a nurse or a diabetes educator or a nutritionist. Most of our coaches are lay people, but most of us are people that just started living a healthier lifestyle and then decided to pay it forward, because we knew that if we were helping other people in our family and our friendship circle to get healthy, we too would be healthier, which is a great way to get America healthy and then the world. Helping one person to turn around and help another person, or more than one person, depending on what their desire is to help people. And by using our simple Habits of Health transformational system that Dr. A wrote, this system gives people the information to not just get healthier physically, but to actually install mental habits that help them to break the behavior change of negative, unhealthy patterns and habits to create new habits that create optimal health and well-being. So our coaches are not teaching people, we're guiding and supporting and encouraging and asking great questions. And we're plugging our clients and our coaches into our community, which is kind of like what we're doing right now. We do weekly seminars, video webinars. We also have online Facebook groups that are private. We also do live events, local events, regional events. And what all this does is create an environment where people can get around positive people and to have support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when their coach is not available. The fourth component is our fuelings. Our meal plans are scientifically proven and medically tested to provide safe and efficacious weight loss in a very predictable manner for those people who follow our meal plan. For those people that are looking for a simple way that gives them structured results and gives them a safe way to lose weight and to keep the weight off, our fuelings can become a great catalyst for change. All of our fuelings have nutrient-dense, carbohydrate-controlled packaging that has the ingredients of a very balanced nutrition plan. We have scientific proven results that shows the efficacy of using our meal plans to help an individual to balance their blood sugars and to have healthy nutrition all throughout the day so that they're not feeling like that they're starving or they're on a diet. You see, what we're doing with our fuelings is we're creating habits of healthy nutrition. We're teaching people how to eat healthier, smaller portion sizes, and we're creating the caloric intake so that they can actually achieve the results that they desire. We have many different meal plans to choose from, so what meal plan fits an individual is up to them based upon a simple health assessment that we go through. And what we've experienced is amazing transformation. One of our great clients and great coaches, who actually has become one of our top coaches, is a wonderful gal by the name of Janelle. And I personally had a chance to work with Janelle, and I can't wait for you to hear about her experience in becoming a coach and some of the things that she had to overcome as barriers to achieve the success that she has today. Janelle, welcome to the webinar.
Thanks, Dave. Thank you guys so much for having me tonight. It's so good to be together, and I love that we get to talk about the trilogy of optimal health because it truly has been life-changing for me, for my family, for so many friends and clients. So yes, when I first started my journey, I lost over 50 pounds with OPTAVIA, and I had tried to lose weight before, and I had done a lot of healthy things. My kitchen was always covered in chopped vegetables because, oh my, so much meal prep and so much chopping and cooking. And it was very frustrating, and I was seeing very little results along with being at the gym, a lot. So I was very thankful to find OPTAVIA and my health coach. And one of the things that my health coach, who happens to be David Bush, said to me was, Janelle, from just knowing you this little while, I can tell that you love people and you care about them, and you would be a great health coach. And I said, what? How could you say that? I'm 50 pounds overweight. I'm kind of going off and on my healthy eating plan. I'm like, I will do really well for a week, but then I get like really off track, and then I'll do okay for another 2 weeks. And he said, it's not about you being an expert. It's not about what you know. It's about connecting people. It's about inviting them and doing it together. And I think it would be potentially encouraging for you to have some friends and family, some partners to walk this health journey with you. And the light bulb went off for me when I finally realized, yeah, I do better when I have a community and when I have people that walk next to me and beside me. So when I said yes to health coaching, it wasn't about being an expert. I wasn't at my goal weight. I wasn't some amazing specimen. I was just me. And I started inviting people to go on this journey with me. And I'll tell you what, that was the breakthrough for me in my personal health journey, in the sense of my weight loss, of really like dialing in to fully embrace both the weight loss I needed to achieve, as well as the lifestyle change. So I knew if I was going to be calling some friends each week, I was going to be on it. And it became such a gift to me. We also were in a point in our lives of transitioning income. And I really needed to, I had a young child. My son was like 3 years old. I didn't want to work away from him. That was something that was important to me. And guess what? I got to replace my entire full-time income through health coaching. And I put in the time to talk to people, but it wasn't even full-time hours. I couldn't believe it. And I got to do something that was really positive. You know, when you show up at work, I don't know how you feel, but when I show up with these people who are health coaches, who are clients, who are our OPTAVIA community, it's so positive and so encouraging, and it helps me in my health journey, and it makes me feel, you know, that sense of purpose that I get to wake up every day and I get to be in the business of changing lives. I get to be in the business of changing families. I get to help grandmothers do childcare for their grandchildren and get to run around with them and feel great. I get to help moms come home from work. I get to help moms bring their husbands home from work. It's just this amazing thing that getting to be a part of this is just awesome. And our community is just wonderful. So health coaching for me, it also has been the #1 thing that has helped me to keep those 50 pounds off and to continue to optimize my own health. So there's been, you know, it's very mutually encouraging and beneficial. So I'm very thankful for the trilogy of optimal health and to be able to, you know, to be a part of it. I'm also thankful for my health coach in encouraging me to do that. I had no idea what he was offering me when he said, hey, you'd be great at encouraging some people. So thank you, David. I'm thankful that I said yes. And this truly has changed my life.
Great. Thanks so much, Janelle. And I think that you're not alone. I know I was in the same spot. You know, when I was getting healthier with the program and losing weight, I had people asking me what I was doing, and I was telling them what I was doing and referring them to my coach. And when my coach asked me, he said, David, would you be interested in coaching people? It was the farthest thing from my mind. It was my weakness. It was my Achilles heel. The idea that I would actually be helping other people with that was beyond my comprehension, just like I'm sure it was for many of you who are coaches today or who are considering coaching. You're thinking, me? Coach other people? I don't even know how to spell protein, let alone explain it all. You don't have to know all that stuff. This is actually a physician-led program that people can actually do on their own. But it's with coaching that gives them encouragement and guidance to overcome the barriers that we face in life that are physical barriers or mental barriers or relationship barriers, you know, vocational barriers, logistical barriers, that we need another person to give us some guidance and to give us an empowering word or a helpful resource. And that's what our coaches do. And by doing that, they're not only helping individuals to create healthy bodies, but they're also helping them to create healthy minds. And if then what happens is that it's very organic, that oftentimes people want to pursue our coach opportunity because it provides them something more. And people that are interested in something more health, more physical health, more education, more relationships, more friendships, more purpose, more success, more significance, more income, more abundance, whatever it is on this trilogy wheel that you see in front of you that is something that attracts you to want more, it's worthy of having a conversation with your coach. Kristen's another friend who has become a very successful coach and was also one of our successful clients. She was a compliant client. And it just became so apparent that because she had done so well with the program, that I thought it would be beneficial for her to explore the coach opportunity. And reluctantly, 2 heels in the sand, she finally decided to help a friend. And now it's all changed for her. Kristen, welcome to the webinar.
Thank you, David. Yes, I dug my heels into the sand for sure, because I was just under the mindset that this was about me and I was going to take care of me, and I had no idea what was transpiring. I was focused on, I'm going to eat the food, I'm going to drink the water, I'm going to talk to my coach, I'm going to read this book, and then I'll talk a little bit in the community. Little did I know that this entire thing is actually a personal development program. I had no idea, okay? And I deep down wish I would have said yes way sooner than I did, because I feel as though I could start helping more people sooner than I did. I'm very grateful for those that I have helped and I'm continuing to help. And that has been such a blessing for me. I've never had an after. Well, okay, maybe a 2-week after. I'd get to wherever I was, and then I would just go back to what I knew. I never really changed anything. And so for me, it was the mental side of everything. For me, it was discovering that I didn't need to know everything to help improve someone's life. Okay. I leaned into the whole process. I leaned into the fact that I had my coach, David, to help me to help other people. Team coaching is such an important piece in this whole puzzle, because it gives your clients a sense of, well, I've got this person, and then I've got this person, and that person's got this person. And you just feel as though you are surrounded by so much love. You are surrounded by so much judgment-free space. I mean, that's really what it is. And for me, what I didn't realize when I finally said yes to coaching was that it was that accountability piece that I had always lacked. When I got to the finish line of whatever it was that I was doing for a moment in time, if you look at the first part of diet, it says die. So I would die for a period of time. I would never really stick the landing. I would never really get there, because I would just go back to what I did, right? And so I needed an owner's manual. I needed a habits of health. I needed that accountability piece. I needed to know that my game, it may have bumps and bruises, and it's definitely not straight up. My game has time to improve. And so I love talking to people and sharing, you know what? Yeah, I struggled this week too, but you know what? I had a wagon to get back on. I still had my wagon, right? And so when you can let your clients know that you understand where they are. I think I cried about 10 minutes into talking to David, because he got me. He understood where I was. He wasn't there to tell me all these things that I had done wrong. It wasn't about that. It was guiding me. It was literally holding my hand through the entire process. And once that became apparent, that it was so much more than what I was consuming, that it was about what was consuming me, the light bulb, it came on. It did. And one of my favorite things my now 13-year-old son loves to ask me is, 2 years ago, Mom, did you think that you would lose that weight and be coaching all of these people? Do you think you really would have thought you were going to be doing that? I'm like, oh, no, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I'm going to stay in my lane. I'm going to take care of everybody in this house, and nobody needs to know whether or not I did well on something. Right? But what happens is when you become a coach, you live your life out loud. And there is some power to that. Because when you tell people your goals and you express those goals out loud, you have people holding you accountable. I love that. That's that community piece. So I have people holding me accountable out to my own health. I have people holding me accountable to my mental well-being. And now I've got others that have decided to walk alongside me and coach others, and it's expanding my reach out into this world. So to tell a stay-at-home mom that she could help others beyond the walls of her own house, that's empowering. And to know that for 13 years, I didn't bring in an income for my family. Yes, I had the honor of being a stay-at-home mom, one that I truly, truly love, and we made sacrifices. And my program was a sacrifice. And so for me to go to my husband and say, look, honey, guess what? if I just help this amount of people, I can offset the cost of my program and I can stay on program. Isn't that awesome? And then guess what? Oh, honey, so share with me what I can do next because I'm helping more people and this is so fun. And so to know that I have financially significantly impacted my family from the walls of my home, in and around my life and my children and my husband and all of their craziness that's going on. I got to stay home today during a snow day. There's a snow day tomorrow. And guess what? Mama gets to be home and I get to help people through my phone and through my computer. And so I would just encourage you to really, really look into the coaching piece because it's probably not what you think it is, because I had a lot of concepts and personal barriers that I had to overcome and realize that the person that was sharing the coaching opportunity with me, that would be my coach, saw something in me that I couldn't see for myself. And he awakened me to this amazing possibility. And so I just encourage you to ask. There's nothing wrong with asking. You may be awakened to something that you had no idea was there.
So great to hear you tell your story, Kristen. And, you kind of addressed the elephant in the room, and that is that, many people are struggling financially. And, maybe the people that are watching this webinar right now, if that's you, you're not alone. Actually, less than half of your friends have a rainy day fund, and only half of your friends are satisfied with their job. There's a lot of people out there that are looking for more than just physical health or mental well-being. They're actually looking for some financial peace. They're looking for some financial opportunity where they want to get paid based upon the work that they do, not based upon what somebody else tells them that they're worth. And when a person becomes a coach, they get the opportunity to create whatever level of optimal health and well-being they desire. So there is no ceiling limits to tell you what you cannot make or what you can make. And then there's no floor. There's no income floor and there's no income ceiling. You get a chance to choose where this thing can go. And if you help people, you will begin to see that your success is going to be greater than that of a client because you have actually created optimal health and well-being. You're beginning to create this idea of healthy body, healthy mind, and healthy finances. Now, this is a big opportunity for those people who see it as being big, because you can see it as just helping a friend or learning how to help your family to get healthy. Maybe you have 5 friends and family members that you'd like to help, but that's just as big as you see it, and that's okay. But this is actually a $3.72 trillion global industry with 10% growth. So this is an opportunity that could actually become a full-time career. We've had many individuals who have exited from very high-paying careers to pursue health coaching as a business opportunity full-time because there's a lot of benefits to doing it. And oftentimes that's a conversation that we have with people who start thinking about health coaching as a encore career or maybe as a plan B, as they start thinking about, what about benefits that I'm getting from my job? Well, there's benefits in a different way by becoming an OPTAVIA coach. And maybe those benefits may outweigh the current benefits that you're currently getting inside of your compensation plan with your career. Or maybe you're just looking for a place to plug in from more of a part-time basis or spare time basis. There are no performance quotas. You don't have to be in a position where you have to go out there and do certain things. If you want to help one person, you can help one person. You don't have to be a coach to help one person, but if you wanted to become a coach with OPTAVIA, you could help one person. You could also help more than one. And you could actually go out there and help other people to become coaches, and you could train and equip them to become professional OPTAVIA coaches that were coaching people to create optimal health and well-being in their lives. And you could impact a lot more people by helping other people to help other people. You also have the ability to go out there and become a business leader, a high-level leader that actually has an impact that has created a ripple effect, a significance factor, and to be rewarded for that activity, we do provide a very healthy compensation for people who are helping a lot of people to get healthy. So how does it work? Well, it's a relationship model. It's focusing in on where are people at in their life and how can you help them to create the results that they're looking for in a more simple, predictable manner. Our coaches are self-employed. You're independent. You choose your hours. You can do it part-time, full-time, or spare time. The startup cost is $199, and that gets you everything that you need to become an OPTAVIA coach and to run a profitable business. The operating costs, they're very extremely low. It's not very high at all. Most people will have a phone and an internet connection on a laptop computer or some sort of a PC or Apple computer, and they'll use that as a jump start. Some people just have a phone. That's where they start out at, because everything is mobile nowadays. They can use the simple technology to get them started. And by using the mentorship system and by using the support that your coach offers, you can actually go out there and create a very successful business in the first 30, 60, 90 days. If you're willing to do the work and you're willing to be mentored by your coach, because we use a mentor system. We do have an online training portal. We also have very simple online technology that helps to train our coaches and get them up to speed at any time of the day that they want to do training. But it doesn't take a lot of training to get started, because your mentor coach can actually help you to help other people, and you can watch it be done while you're learning how to do it. That's why we encourage people to get started right away and start talking to people about what they have to offer, because it really isn't about you. It's about what you do. And if you do connect people to your support system, if you connect people to the OPTAVIA program, people can do the program on their own. They can just use you as a guide and as a support system to overcome the barriers and concerns when they have them. So what does it look like from an income standpoint? Well, it's really based upon the amount of effort and work that you put in and the results that you get from your work. So you can look into the details of our OPTAVIA compensation plan on our website, and you can also see the income disclosure statement that shares the balance of what people are earning and how much people earn and how long they've been in our business. So I hope that this has been encouraging to you. I hope that you've been educated on how this works. If this has been something that you'd like to explore further, what we would encourage you to do is to reach back to the person that invited you and ask them for more details, or ask them to have a conversation to explore it further to see if it's a right match for you. So on behalf of Kristen, Janelle, and myself, we would say thanks for joining us. And if you found this to be encouraging and enlightening, please be sure to tell the person that invited you, and maybe even share it with a person that you think would be interested. Thanks, everybody, and have a great night.
This audio may have contained the personal testimonials of some OPTAVIA coaches or clients of OPTAVIA. The results relayed in these messages are based on the unique experiences of the participants, and we cannot guarantee like or similar outcomes. While you may be inspired by these accounts, please note that any stories of success have not been verified, and your individual path to optimal health will vary. As always, it is our recommendation that you consult with a healthcare provider before starting a weight loss program. Yours in health, the OPTAVIA team.